Hi there, I thought I'd pop on and have a chat with you all because I've been talking through Facebook to a few mums that have been having issues with their children going to school and this whole week that they've got going on. Understanding that grief is the emotion that we all do in response to having a loss, and a loss is just the conflicting feelings that we have when we have the change or in a familiar pattern or behaviour, whether that is that we have lost somebody in our lives or whether or not we're actually just moving on and doing something that we're not used to. It's a new experience, such as going to school for the first time, going to high school for the first time, or going to university for the first time. So if they're feeling a bit sad and you're feeling sad because they're going and doing these things, that is absolutely normal, and there is nothing wrong with you at all about all of this. You shouldn't have to be a certain way. And talking these things through with your children, saying, I am feeling this way, is actually very, very powerful and useful for them too, to say, well, do you know, I'm feeling this too. I don't have to put this brave face on, and it'll help them settle into what they're doing a lot better because they've been able to express their feelings. So be patient with them, especially if that's their first, and you're talking early children here, early years. Be patient with them if they're having trouble actually talking to you about what's going on, because they don't have the understanding, but you do. So be very patient with them and don't ask them outright, what's wrong, because you're going to get that I'm fine, those kind of comments back, or nothing. It used to take us a while to get anything out of the boys, and we would just carry on doing something else, and then eventually they would start talking to you. So to say don't feel sad about anything it's not a good thing. Don't be sad, you'll be fine, because you need to acknowledge the feelings and emotions that the children are having. The sadness and the fear. The sadness of leaving you, and the fear of going into this new environment. And you don't want to start putting anything in their way that in the future is going to stop them from talking to you about these things, because they feel that they've got to be brave and the stiff upper lip's got to come in. So this will be very empowering for both you and them later on in life. So don't make promises that you can't keep, like trying to keep, it's fine if you're not happy tomorrow, we'll see about keeping you off for the day, or any of this kind of stuff, because you're just setting up a few things there that will be very difficult to undo later on. Say that everything that you will do to keep them safe will happen, and that's exactly what you can do. You can go in and talk to the teachers if you're extremely worried that they're not settling in after a week, say 2. But children are very smart, so if you can share your feelings of how you are expressing and having this experience, then that will be very, very powerful for them. And our experience of the children are different too, because with the first one, you will have these heartbreaking things that they're going off up to school and leaving you. But perhaps with the second one or the third one, you're actually looking forward to the break that you now know that school can give you to get your little jobs done or whatever, or go off to work again. But don't forget that it's still a unique experience to the child. And having those conversations is still going to be very, very powerful for that child. Again, going up to the high school, you can perhaps share the first day you went up to high school and how fearful that was for you. I can still remember sitting in my high school and looking around for a familiar face, and there was only about 1 or 2 people from my primary school that was in my classroom. And then you had all these other bunch of people around you that you were going to have to make relationships with, and having to make those choices. So it's all can be very fearful. Again, it's a loss that's been expressed, a loss of familiarity of what you had at primary school that you're now not got at high school. And then onto university. Again, that's an even bigger step, perhaps because it's leaving the island in most cases. And you will have those feelings too. I can remember dropping our son off at university, and it was one that my husband went to, and he had wonderful years there, and lots of fun. And he cried like a baby on the drive back down from the university, and he just loved me telling you that. But he did, and he was just expressing his loss because he didn't want to leave his son at university. And I'm sure it brought up an awful lot of emotions for him too, having left the island himself back then. So just share, just share how you are feeling from the heart, because remember, it's a heart issue, not an intellectual head issue. And if you'd like any more information about any of this, we have these books available, and you can actually get them from the website, or you for the Grief Recovery Method, or you can get them from Amazon. I hope everything helps, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.